Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Thursday Night Live with SheLovesThee. I am your host, Timona Stapleton. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would go ahead and give a like to the live. If you have not done so already, subscribe. We got some tea tonight. Tea. This is what I'm drinking. Lemon brisk iced tea. So thank you all for tuning in. I tried to organize it tonight, y'all. I tried to organize it. So tonight's topics, we will be talking about HBCU student athletes, their post-draft NFL and CFL opportunities. We'll also be talking about South Carolina State University commencement controversy with the lieutenant governor and now the House and Senate saying that they're going to, sorry, y'all, I'm dog sitting. They're going to, saying that they're going to defund South Carolina State as if they already haven't been shorting them for decades. Jackson State still got folks mad. It's a great day to be a Tiger. I think every day is a great day to be a Tiger. Hey, Miss Mary. Hey, Gina. Hey, Bayless. Hey, Jay White. Hey, JB. Miss Mac, the tea is exceptionally hot tonight. Ooh, hey, Miss Tiffany. We are going over a whole bunch of different topics. And I have some updates for Trey Johnson. He's made some basketball moves this week. And so, of course, we're going to address that. So I'm excited. I hope you are as well. Go ahead and share the live. I will say this. I'm always happy to talk about our student athletes that are able to play on a different level, whether it's the NFL, the CFL. They have some other semi-pro opportunities that you can take advantage of. And it's always good to highlight those opportunities, you know, because sometimes people, for some reason, try to diminish the production that HBCUs put out. And I think that they diminish it by saying, well, no one got drafted. And I think that that does a lot of harm to HBCUs because what you're doing by making those types of statements, you're making a stereotype that you actually cannot make it to the NFL or the CFL or other pro opportunities. And so I'm especially excited tonight because I think I was able to complete 2 slides that talk about post-draft opportunities, and then I will complete the rest on Saturday. So that's how that's going to go. Yes. I'm hoping Mr. Ford comes on tonight as well. Sometimes he'd be waiting in the wings. So hopefully Mr. Ford comes on expeditiously so that we can get it started. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to start without him. I do want to make an announcement tomorrow morning. It is early, especially for us on the East Coast. So at 7 a.m. Central Time. No, it's at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. There will be a call for prayer. And this particular call for prayer is basically praying over the Jackson State president. I'm going to try to get the information for you guys. Jackson State call for prayer. Oh, I could just go to Charlotte. Hey. And the state of North Carolina, they're going to be in Raleigh and they are protesting. So maybe on the way there, they'll be able to tap in if you're in North Carolina and you're a teacher. $7 a.m. Central. Yes. Uh-oh. What did I do? Did I freeze it already? I'm always messing up my eyes. Lord, good Lord. Let me see. Do. It always happens. I don't know what's going on. Y'all give me a moment. Okay, let's see. Let's see if that works. I don't know what's going on. My stuff gets real ghetto in the beginning and then it does fine.
Y'all, that do not be me. I swear to God, it's not me. Sorry about that. I don't know why my computer cuts up like that in the beginning. Child, let me go ahead and open this. Whenever I get ready to talk about some real heavy topics, my stuff glitches. Lemon. I have to restart my computer, y'all. It's the PV people. Yeah, somebody's tapping into my stuff. No, I'm not going to blame them. All right. Y'all, bear with me. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, wait. Oh, Mr. Ford's here. Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, Mr. Mona, how you doing?
Mr. Ford, every time we get ready to do some heavy topics,
Uh-huh.
every time, because you know it's going to be heavy today, especially with the voting and stuff
Oh
that
yeah.
you need to talk about. And then, of course, South Carolina State commencement. Every
Right.
time it's some heavy topics, my computer gets to glitching. Oh, it don't want to work. They know we getting ready to talk about some heavy stuff, Mr. Ford.
Oh yeah.
So while I'm waiting on my reboot, because I do have a slide for the HBCU student athletes in terms of their post-draft opportunities. While I'm waiting on that to reload, can you go ahead and say hey to everybody in the comments?
Yeah. Hey, Miss Whitley. Is Brandy on?
She's not on right now.
Okay, when Brandy come, hey Brandy. What about Lady T?
Yes.
Hey, Lady T. What about Miss Mary?
I saw Miss Mary.
Hey,
Miss
Miss
Tiffany
Mary.
Don is here.
Oh, Miss Tiffany Don Sykes is here.
Oh, yes.
All right. How's it going, Miss Virginia State?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What now? Let's see now. What about Dr. Kanisha?
She's here in spirit.
Okay. Okay. Dr. Kanisha's here in spirit. Okay. Hey, everybody else. Hope everything is going fine.
Mr. Ford, ever since
Mhm.
that live that we had on Saturday, everything's
Uh,
done went to shit.
what happened?
Excuse my French, but everything done went to shit.
What happened?
They're diluting the black vote.
That still can't stop us. Not the well. That's a reflection of them and that they're losing power and that their empire is coming down. But that really has nothing to do with us. We don't belong to them. We have a maker
Well,
and creator in the heavens above. They can't stop us.
Mr. Ford, you said that we shouldn't be eating shrimp and lobster, and everything's done went to shit. Excuse my language, but it's terrible. South Carolina
Yeah.
State, somebody set them up. Like, I really do think that these things be setups. And when I
Uh,
say that, I mean, like, you remember, like, with the FAMU and the Geronimy thing?
yeah, yeah. I
Like,
remember
I
that.
really think that that was a setup to get the
Well,
president
now the
out.
reason we can't call it a setup is because FAMU was warned by three other schools of higher learning, one being North Carolina Chapel Hill.
I
They
know,
all
but then
warned
they
FAM.
pushed. No, they warned fam. They didn't warn the president. The president had people in place that he trusted, and
Well,
they pushed it
wait,
through.
listen. North Carolina Chapel Hill warned them about the guy. Coastal Carolina University warned them about the guy, and somebody I'm missing warned them. They were warned. They were
Okay, so
told that this was
oh,
a scam.
okay, so what about this South Carolina state debacle? So
Now
the
you got to
community.
tell me. I've been seeing something, but I hadn't had it. Because we into this Georgia milestone stuff right now. We're testing the kids, and that's where my
Oh,
mind's
okay.
at. Okay, so you got to tell me a little. Now I know that something. I know that the lieutenant governor's threatened the school, and
Pamela Yvette. So she
right.
was invited by somebody. They're not really clarifying who it was.
Mhm.
It came out that it could have been a person on the board, or it could have been the South Carolina State president, who is a former South Carolina State alum himself.
Okay,
But basically, she was invited to speak at the spring commencement program,
okay.
which, as an HBCU, and with all of the illustrious educated black men and women that we have in America, out of all the people that you could possibly ever invite, why would you invite the lieutenant governor to
Well,
speak?
now historically, our institutions have, at one time it was at Tuskegee, they would always invite the president of the United States. Okay. Howard Taft, I think, spoke at North Carolina A&T.
So back in the day when they were doing that,
Yeah,
they were
they would.
doing that to
That's
secure
nothing new now,
money. They were doing it right, but they were doing it to secure money, to secure funds,
and they're
to
still
make
trying to
sure that
secure
they
money and
push.
to secure funds.
But
They're
South
still
Carolina
doing.
State been underfunded for years.
All of our schools have been underfunded, but that didn't stop them from inviting people like this lady, and like I'm telling you, Roosevelt spoke at Tuskegee. Howard Taft spoke at North Carolina A&T. I mean,
Well, I think
that
we can all agree that, like, the majority of HBCU administration at the top, they're usually they are Republicans or conservatives. They're conservative or they're Republicans. That's who gets the president spot in a lot of different HBCUs. And I would venture to say majority, which I, for me personally, we understand the politics behind
mhm,
having to deal, especially with all of the HBCUs in the South, having to deal with Republican legislature, having to negotiate and talk just to get what a little piece of what you're owed. I understand that. But like I said, there's tap dancing behind closed doors, and then there's tap dancing like at in public.
Mhm.
Tap dance behind closed doors.
Right.
Don't bring them out in the front. So now they've had a situation where Lieutenant Governor Pamela Yvette, they rescinded her invitation because students protested over her political positions and remarks.
Mhm.
So the president said, out of an abundance of, precaution and safety considerations, we in a desire to keep the focus on grades and graduates who achieved the milestone of graduating, they're going to rescind the offer.
Right.
So
Right.
now they're trying to defund South Carolina State.
That's nothing new either.
So my thing with those students, if it was one of those things where the president said, "Hey, you speak," and she's like, "Okay, if I speak, I'm gonna look out for you," blah blah blah, or threatening in which now they're to defund. Okay, y'all kids, you know what? Let's do something where uh you guys have a secondary commencement or something,
Mhm.
but this lady's gonna have to speak at your commencement. Like, he just should have explained it to them that way. Now that she's saying that she wants to defund it, and then you have legislature on board to defund it, okay, sidestep that. She has to speak because we're not trying to get defunded. You're already trying to get rid of DEI, and the way that they've like canceled, like in Louisiana, they've canceled elections to redraw maps and stuff like that.
Right.
I have no, I I think that they're trying to build a blueprint to defund HBCUs altogether. That's how I feel.
Well, one thing you got to keep in mind: uh, these this empire is falling. Okay, so when empires are falling, you have to understand that they start to oppress the people. All right. And these things that you're seeing happening with the Supreme Court, and like you talked about this happening with what the lady is saying about South Carolina State, those are the things that happen when you're in a free fall and you're trying to make sure that the people under you don't come up and you're trying to maintain your power.
Mm.
Okay. Because you got to understand, uh, me and you've talked about this before. Listen, when you got an idiot in power, okay, a clown,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I asked you one night to go back and study Roman history, and the guy that we got to compare this guy to is Nero. His name was Emperor Nero.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing they said the Nero fiddled while Rome burned. Okay,
Mm.
and so that's what's about to happen here. Okay, and there ain't nothing we can do about it. But I just want you to understand that they don't have no power and control over us. We think they do because they don't own us. Okay.
Right.
And so they can make all the threats and they can do this and that. But hey, like they say, we gonna still be here, baby. We gonna still be here.
All right now.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's right, Pop Light Brown. That's what's happening here. Rome was destroyed from within. Remember, they had them terrible leaders.
It's a dirty
Yeah,
mess. It's a dirty mess. But
yeah.
I just, so, and then all I could think about was when they were talking about defunding HBCUs and now we can't vote. All I could think about was, well, dang, guess it's about time to find me a man with two other women.
Listen, and I did that. I told you about that script. It's in Isaiah. Remember, I told you about the one said that it would come a time when seven women would seat one man. That's in
No,
the
you
book
didn't
of
say nothing
Isaiah.
about no seven. You said
Yeah,
three.
yeah.
Now you
It's in.
changing it.
Listen, it's in Isaiah.
Mm.
It's in the book of Isaiah. It says 7 women will seek one man.
Well, please don't get us started with
Okay,
that
I
right
ain't gonna
now.
get started. Okay, I
Don't
won't. I
don't
won't.
get don't get started, Mr.
Okay.
Ford, now.
Okay, I won't. I won't.
Because Whitley said, "Well, Mr. Ford, what about the 2 fishes and the 5 loaves of bread?" I said,
Oh
"Lord,
yeah.
she can
Yes.
ready to get you started.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna get you started." So we're gonna follow, of course, South Carolina State. Mr. Ford, all I did
Mhm.
was I just regurgitated some history that you gave us on the show, and a
Uh-huh.
lot of people were mad at me, which
That's
I
right.
said. I said that Deacon Jones was. I said, now Deacon Jones, because at first they were trying to quell the protests. I said, now Deacon Jones was expelled from South Carolina State for protesting, and folks was mad at me for telling that story.
Well, he was. He eventually, I think he went to
They
Mississippi
said
Valley.
that he was. They said that he was expelled because his grades was bad.
Oh, okay. Well, didn't he eventually go to Mississippi Valley?
Yes, he did. He got drafted from them,
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Sack.
Yeah. He used to slap, boy. I remember him. That group was called the Fearsome Foursome. It was Deacon, Rosie Greer, Phil Olson, and a guy named Lamar Lundy. And their coach was named George Allen, who I used to, as a little boy, I thought he was a defensive wizard back then. He didn't care
Mm.
nothing about offense.
Yeah. So I told that historical fact, and they did not like it at all, Mr. Ford. They did.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he was something else. I remember him. Deacon Jones.
Hello, Mr. Ford.
Hey,
Simona. Can y'all hear me?
yeah, uh-huh, yeah.
Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good.
You saw the guy at there's a new band director at Alabama A&M. He's a Southern graduate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. They got a new band director at Alabama A&M, and he's a graduate of Southern University.
You
He
know,
was in
I
the
did hear about that
Jeep.
room. I did hear about that brewing, like on the low, but I couldn't really confirm it or not. But
Yeah,
once
yeah.
I
Mr.
think,
Ford, they
I
was
think I
trying to
saw
be
something on it on Facebook.
What
funny. They did a picture of a bulldog with jaguar stripes on it.
about the band
Oh, I
director?
seen that. Oh, I seen that.
Was that about the band director?
Yes.
Somebody in the comments called them bull jaggers.
Uh, well,
I
we're
wish I
gonna
could.
see.
I'm gonna see if I can find that picture. They were trying to be funny. But congratulations to him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right now.
I think that's the third director who like the third new director of bands has been appointed.
Oh, okay.
I think the
There's
first
there's a
two,
regime change that's going on in
yeah,
in
so
the
the
in the
yeah, so
band space.
the first one was Alabama State, and then the second one was
Valley lost their band director.
Oh, they did?
Mr. Ford, that was so long ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so who's the new band director?
They don't have one right now. I think they have an interim one or something like that.
Okay, okay. They got an intro. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's another school. I think it's Edward Waters. I think they recently appointed their director as well. I forgot his name.
Mm.
Mm,
Oh well.
I got to go back on Facebook.
Young has been on Juke staff for a few years. Oh, okay. As for Dr. Little, Johnson, and Travis to still kick their ass. Oh,
Well, see, Willie, I wasn't gonna say it, but since you said it,
since you went ahead and said it. All right. So what do we got next? Oh, the HBCU post draft. I'm so excited to talk about this, Mr. Ford and nephew, because we have so many talented individuals,
Right.
that attend HBCUs, and
True.
they were trying to downplay. I felt like they were trying to downplay HBCUs this particular draft period because no one was drafted, but that shouldn't take away from the post draft opportunities that everyone gets to take advantage of.
Oh yeah. I mean, all you got to do is look at the Hall of Fame and look at all the players in the Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame, and the College Hall of Fame that are from HBCUs. The NFL was built on the backs of HBCU players. Okay, so listen, all that like I told you, I don't worry about being drafted. All I want is that they be given an opportunity. Now, your young man that I'm really thinking he's gonna make it. The young man that y'all sent down to Tampa Bay. What's his name?
Quincy Ivory.
Yeah, I think Quincy's gonna make it. I think Quincy will do well down there. I really like. I told you this before. I met Todd Bowles when he was a defensive coordinator at Morehouse. He was a defensive coordinator. Doug Williams was the head coach.
Oh,
I went over.
So Todd Bowles, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach, has HBCU background.
Yeah, he was at Morehouse. He was a defense coordinator. I talked to him and Doug. It was so relaxed over there. You could just walk up and talk to them. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were at Morehouse for a year. I think Bill Cosby played a role in bringing them to Morehouse.
Well, you said who?
It was Doug Williams was the head coach. Todd Bowles was the defensive coordinator.
No, you said who played a role in getting him there?
Bill Cosby.
Oh, Bill Cosby. Oh, the sound kind of cut off a little bit. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, it was Bill Cosby. He brought the athletic director in, who was like a friend of his. He was the athletic director, and then he brought in Doug Williams.
Oh, I did not know that.
We did not know that. Oh, Mr. Ford, I forgot. Speaking of bringing on different people, what's his name? Paul Wall.
Oh yeah, John Wall.
Oh, I said his name wrong, y'all. Sorry.
Did you say Paul Wall?
Yeah, is it John Wall? What's his name?
John Wall. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, John Wall. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I apologize.
This gonna get
y'all.
Clipped.
No, do not clip. Do not clip.
No, not by me, of course.
Don't clip me. All right. I apologize. So, John Wall is headed to Howard?
Yeah, he's headed to Howard, yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that's going to be big. I hope it works out really well for Howard. That's a thinking outside of the box right there. Because Howard's program, I was really impressed with them this year. They won that. What do you call that thing that, when you play that first game in Dayton, Ohio? What do you call that?
First four.
Yeah. Didn't they win that?
Yeah. So he's going to take them to newer heights. Like he's
that's what I'm saying. I think that could be a great move for Howard.
No, he's not the head coach.
No. The head coach's name, what, Blakeney? Is it Blakely or Blakeney? I know the head coach is a graduate of Duke University. I know that.
Let me look up his actual title. His role is president of basketball operations at Howard University. 5-time NBA All-Star John Wall has become, the president of basketball operations to partner. He's returning to DC to partner with the top-ranked HBCU in the country.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be nice. That's going to be, I just wish they could, play some games somewhere other than, I just wish they would get another gymnasium. It's just, isn't it called Bird Gym or something?
Man, just leave it for the culture. For the culture, Mr. Ford. For the culture.
Yeah, I just wish they could. Man, I wish they could get a new gym.
Okay, so we have folks still mad, Mr. Ford.
About what?
I think people are just passing by time. Your guess is as good as mine. But Rocky, the one that's on that Interlopers channel,
Yeah.
Since he's been separated, he has came to see the light. And he did a show that said that Jackson State is the most dominant football program in all of HBCU. And he broke it down.
Uh-huh.
It's like all of a sudden he had an epiphany.
Okay, and so what happened?
So people were just upset about this and saying that in order to be the best, you have to play the best. In order to be seen as this, you have to be this, that, and the third. You have to play the best. You have to compete against the highest level. You need to play some FBS games so you can show how competitive you are.
It's basically the same old. Schedule some out of conference FCS teams, schedule some FBS teams.
Oh, they're saying it
Just
was
same
for
old, same old.
they're saying it was for views. Jackson State gets them going, but you know what? That's why I'm so glad that I'm so glad I went to JSU, because I could talk about Jackson State and it's not, for clicks or likes or views. I love talking about Jackson State too. So, but I wanted to highlight this because the narrative that they've been having out about HBCUs is the lack of NFL draft picks. So we're going to highlight more than just Jackson State, but I wanted to highlight what it means to have a dominant football program. And it encompasses more than just wins. Yes, you can focus on the wins. We're winning there. But I think it's more about some of the things that Jackson State has embedded in their program, which is you're going to get your degree. Right. These young men, when they come to Jackson State, the goal is, yes, if you want to go to the NFL or CFL, you're going to have an opportunity to do that. If you're looking for NIL, we got that too. But you're going to get your degree. We're graduating. That's a part of your path is getting your degree. Right. You're going to get the real student athlete. We got the student part in there. Okay. Right. You're going to be able to experience a real HBCU experience. Number one in FCS attendance. A lot of people are like, you're always bragging about attendance, but if you're number one in attendance, that means that your revenue is up. That means fan engagement is up. And a lot of young men, that's what they want to do. They want to play for 30,000 people. That's exciting. Or more, right?
And by the way, now your graduation is tomorrow or Saturday?
Saturday.
Okay.
But they're having like they have a lot of smaller graduations over the next 3 days. Like there's, they have miniature graduations. They have one in each, whether it's a college of business or student athletes have their own small graduation. So there's a lot of different student graduations going on.
Right. Yeah.
We have primetime TV matchups. And you know what? We could just go ahead and I know we're talking about Jackson State, but HBCU as a whole, especially in the SWAC, we've already talked about it. The Magic City Classic, 70,000 people. That's amazing.
Florida
Classic. What else we got?
The State Fair Classic.
Labor Day Classic.
The Boombox Classic.
Boombox and
Soul
Bowl. And people are like, well, that's not really.
Well, what about the one in Houston with Prairie View and The one with Prairie View and Texas Southern,
That's
and then the
Labor
one
Day.
with
That's the
okay.
Labor Day
What about
classic.
Prairie View and Grambling?
State
Yeah,
Fair.
State Fair.
State Fair, right? Okay.
And of
Like,
course, Magic City, both Alabama schools,
Yeah,
Bayou
yeah.
Classic, both Louisiana
And then don't
schools.
forget, what about that Alabama State versus Tuskegee
Oh yeah,
Turkey
forgot about
Day.
that one. Turkey
Turkey
Day.
Day? Yeah,
So we have so many different
yeah.
opportunities and then not only that, you got to add in homecoming. I don't know about everybody else, but Jackson State's homecoming, that's going to be at least 40,000.
Oh yeah. And y'all got FAMU coming in, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. That's gonna be
FAMU's
big.
everybody's homecoming this year.
Yeah, you're right, because they got to go to Montgomery for their homecoming.
Family, my heart is heavy. My daughter has decided to transfer from JSU. Aw. Well, we wish her well.
Oh yeah.
So okay, and then of course, when you play at Jackson State every year, we have the mindset that we're going to be in contention for that SWAC championship and celebration bowl every year. And then if you play dominant, you have an HBCU Legacy Bowl. I see a lot of people saying that they should cancel it, but
Yeah, cancel what?
the HBCU Legacy Bowl.
Why?
They took away the opportunity for the scouts. They might go to the HBCU Legacy Bowl, but they've merged the HBCU Combine with the IPP, the International Pro Prospects.
And so because of that, they want to cancel the Legacy Bowl?
But my question is to the people who are saying things like that, like, these young men want an opportunity to also play in the HBCU Legacy Bowl.
Right. I think it's a
why
great
are you
thing.
trying to cancel some of their activities that they do to celebrate having a good season? That is a highlight for that's definitely a highlight, an end of the year highlight to participate in the HBCU Legacy Bowl. And whichever team wins, they get a ring for that too. Right. I don't know if you guys knew that, but they get a ring for that. And you play for a legacy and you build for the future. So this is what a winning program looks like. It is a competitive program. There's more kids trying to go to Jackson State than there are that's leaving, right? That's just how it is.
Yep.
That's how you build a championship program, and that's how you keep it going.
Yeah.
Miss Max says attendance is not great at the Legacy Bowl. I mean, I think maybe they said attendance is not great at the Legacy Bowl. I definitely think that it could be marketed for that, but honestly, just the opportunity to be on the NFL Network and have the NFL covering you have a chance to get interviewed. I don't think that that's something that should go away just because there's people talking about it's not helping, which is a lie, because there are a lot of young men who were given opportunities as undrafted free agents or a rookie mini camp invite. Folks think that a young man is going to go to the Legacy Bowl and just knock it out the park, and all of a sudden they're going to want to draft them. Most of the time, the scouts already have their eyes on certain players. They've been following them for a while, and those are who they look at in terms of drafting. Yes. So, next up, it says Legacy Bowl attendance is better than some school attendance numbers. Ooh.
Again, I wasn't going to say it, but since she did.
Well, why would you say that?
Well, I mean, did she lie?
No. All right. Okay. So now we're going to highlight these young men. Mr. Ford, I'll go
Mhm.
over each one of them. Jacoby and Morgan, Mr. Ford, for Jackson State quarterback,
Mhm.
Celebration Bowl offensive MVP. He was signed by the CFL Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Yeah, I think I saw that. That came across my phone. Yeah.
Right, of course, before the draft.
Mhm.
He's 6'4", 228 pounds. He played at Syracuse before transferring to Jackson State. He
Mhm.
led the Tigers to a SWAC championship and, of course, the Cricket Celebration Bowl title in 2024.
Right. Mhm.
All right. And he went to Canton High School.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Janilon Dupree. So I want to say that in terms of undrafted free agents, we have 2 that signed, and Janilon Dupree is one of them. And it's interesting for Janilon because Janilon was not invited to the Legacy Bowl, and scouts saw him at Jackson State Pro Day.
Okay.
And he ran a sub 4.33 40-yard
Mhm.
dash at Jackson State Pro Day.
Right.
And he was signed by the Cleveland Browns. I will say this, the Cleveland Browns tap into HBCU student athletes heavy in terms of when they do their rookie mini camp. They sign a lot of HBCU student athletes to they're either invited or they're signed. I want to say they also signed 2 prospects from North Carolina A&T that we'll talk about in a little bit. But as you all know, he is Marcus Dupree's grandson. Mr. Ford, can you tell us about Marcus Dupree?
Oh, his grandfather.
Yes.
Oh, he was awesome. They came out of Philadelphia, Mississippi. He went to Oklahoma under Barry Switzer. He was awesome. But he was one of them guys that everybody said he was so good, he was lazy. And I think he left after 2 years or 3 years, and then he went to the Rams, I think, or somebody. But he was a big guy with blazing speed. He was real fast, but he was a big guy. He was a big running back.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was bigger than Eric Dickerson. I have to check that. He was a big guy. But they did a 30 for 30 on him. You got to see it. Did you ever see it?
I did not, but I do remember, I want to say Unc Orange, he talked a little bit about it.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. 30 for 30. This guy was blessed, man. Like I said, people were coming into Philadelphia from all over the world. All over the country trying to buy that guy. And he went to Oklahoma. I'm trying to think. They jumped the wishbone for him.
So I'm excited, of course, to see that he was signed and hopefully he makes the team. But it just goes to show you that even though he didn't get an opportunity to go to the HBCU Legacy Bowl, at Jackson State, they had the scouts go to the pro day. And the video of his video actually went viral. Like if you Google him, it'll come up. It was on Yahoo Sports. Like the video of him running at Jackson State Pro Day was all over the internet. And when we talk about opportunities, Jackson State, him playing at Jackson State, he has an opportunity now to play in the NFL.
Yeah, he should really shine in special teams, punt return, kickoff return, because he's really good at that now.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good at that. So that should be his focus right now. And then eventually they'll probably work him into that wide receiver core. But for right now, the way he could make the Cleveland Browns is to be a punt returner or a kickoff returner, or both.
Right.
Yeah, because he's something else.
Pop Light said, I know Marcus Dupree played for the Breakers in the original USFL.
Yeah, and I think didn't he go to the Rams? Did he ever go to the Rams? The LA Rams?
You're gonna have to tap into those historians on that one.
Yeah, we have to look that up. I think he went to the Rams.
So
because
every time he scores a touchdown, Unc says, Marcus Dupree grandson. There he go. Marcus Dupree grandson.
He was something else. Like I said, Dupree, what he needs to do is focus on special teams. But now, like you said, historically, the Cleveland Browns have always looked at HBCU play. Now, are you familiar with Leroy Kelly?
I am not. I just noticed.
Leroy Kelly was from Morgan State.
Last year, they signed to the rookie mini camp. They didn't sign, but they invited an old offensive lineman, and then they had a DB from Alabama State, a former Alabama State DB there. I want to say it was Keenan Isaac that was invited to that camp. So
he was a DB, right?
Mm-hmm. So there's just been, and it's good to see that they are giving those opportunities, right?
Like I said, Cleveland has always looked at HBCUs. The Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've always looked at. Now, listen, do you remember this guy? He almost paralyzed Terry Bradshaw. That was a guy, the Cleveland Browns, they called him Joe Turkey Jones. He was out of Tennessee State.
Joe Turkey?
Yeah, they called him Joe Turkey Jones. He did a move on, he basically close-hangered Terry Bradshaw and put him into convulsions.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can look it up. That's like one of the biggest hits in NFL history. It was Joe Turkey Jones knocks out Terry Bradshaw. If you can pull that up, you might can see it. But he was from Tennessee State. He played many years with Jerry Shirk and a guy named Walter Johnson, Clarence Scott. They were the Cleveland Browns. This was the Cleveland Browns of the 70s.
Why would he do that?
It was he learned that maneuver at Tennessee State from an old coach who I actually recruited for. His name was Coach Joe Gilliam Sr.
But why would he do that? That's terrible. He picked him up and threw him over. Is that where they get roughing the quarterback from?
Well, actually, what he did, he ran by him and then he close-hanged him. You might can pull that up.
I did pull it up, but I don't think I can play it.
Oh, okay.
But I see
that's one of the biggest hits or sacks in NFL. And then they show you Bradshaw there in convulsions.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that guy was named Joe Turkey Jones. He was before Too Tall Jones, because Joe was about 6'7", Too Tall was about 6'9".
I think I found a picture of it, and it's terrible. Why would you do that?
Yeah, his name was Joe Turkey Jones. He was straight out of Tennessee State. He played with Joe Gilliam Jr. He was on that team.
Turkey Jones.
Joe Turkey Jones. He was out of Texas.
This is where they get roughing the passer from?
Well, after that, it was.
You're gonna have to do it after that.
Yeah, it was a very violent scene. I'll never forget. This was in the 70s. That guy was named Joe Turkey Jones, baby. He was something else.
I see. Over there clotheslining folks.
Yeah, he was Tennessee State. That's when Tennessee State was turning him out.
I got a picture. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Okay.
Not as bad as Jack. They call me Assassin Tatum with the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, he was something else, man. I saw him. Oh, he was something else. It was him and a guy was...
This Mr. Ford?
Let's see now. Now, the one I'm talking about is when he close-hanged him. That's not the one I'm talking about.
It was
Is that
even
Joe
worse.
Turkey? That's Joe Turkey there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big guy. Joe Turkey was about 6'7" now.
I would be scared.
He was something else.
You said
He
they
was
could.
man. He came after Claude Humphrey. Claude Humphrey was before him at Tennessee State, and then he became the psych master after Claude Humphrey left and went to the Falcons. And then he was drafted out of Tennessee State by the Cleveland Browns.
They said they used to hit back in the day.
Oh yeah, he was something else, man. I remember them guys, man. That's when I was growing up.
So next, of course, we have Jeremiah Williams of Jackson State,
Right.
defensive tackle. They have him going to a rookie mini camp invite from the Minnesota Vikings.
That's a good place for him because I've been telling people, and they don't know it yet, but Minnesota picked up the quarterback from the Arizona Cardinals. He's going to turn Minneapolis out. You know what I'm talking about? That kid's name is Murray, I think. And what's his name?
Kyle Murray?
Is it Kyler Murphy? What is it? Kyler Murphy? Hey, what's that guy's
Kyler
name?
Murphy.
You know, he was at Oklahoma.
Kyle Murray.
Listen, he's
It
going to
starts
turn
with
Minnesota.
K.
Yeah, okay. Listen, he's going to turn Minnesota out. You watch and see. That Murray kid, he's going to turn Minnesota out. That's a good place for Williams to go.
And then, of course, we have Quincy Ivory, SWAC defensive
Oh,
player.
I think Quincy makes it, man. I really do.
You think they're going to move? So I have him listed as a defensive edge. Do you think they're going to put him in linebacker too?
He can do it all. He's a hybrid. He's the ideal hybrid. He can play with his hand in the dirt and he can stand up. This guy's going to do well. Quincy Ivory's going to do well. He's going to do well.
He has a mini rookie camp invite to the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, just needs to make sure he goes in shape, shows that enthusiasm because he's a player. Quincy Ivory's a player.
All right, next, of course. So I just wanted to highlight, of course, that Jackson State dominated in terms of post-draft opportunities. That's one undrafted free agent signing, 2 mini rookie camp invites, and a signing at the CFL level.
Yeah.
And yes. All right. So next up, we have Eric Hunter, linebacker from Morgan State. He's signed to the Detroit Lions.
Listen, whether he makes it with the Lions, if he don't make it with the Lions, he'll make it somewhere. That guy's a player. I've watched him for 2 years. This guy is a player. This Eric Hunter, he's a player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then you have Ashton Grable.
Yeah, I've watched his career.
Is Ashton Grable the former 5-star or 4-star? Which one is it?
I'm not sure. I just know he's a good player.
Is he a former 4-star? I want to say he's a former 4-star offensive lineman.
He might be. Is he the kid that came from Wake Forest? Where did he come from?
Let me get that information. They don't really have too much on him. So after they lost him, they came out with some information, Mr. Ford. They published an article and it said that Coach Quinn Gray is looking to beef up that offensive line.
Yeah, because I heard they only had six offensive linemen during the spring.
They softened the middle, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, they got to go get some. Definitely got to go get some help for the offensive line. They need at least 10 more offensive linemen, maybe more. Because see, you're gonna lose. I mean, you're in the middle of that 5 when you're in that offensive and defensive line. You're gonna lose some offensive linemen during the season.
So it says that his previous school was Jacksonville State.
Oh, he's at Jacksonville State. Okay. Mhm.
So here's an interesting fact, and that is that Ashton Grable has an older brother who plays for the Buffalo Bills. His
Whoa.
name is Tylen Grable, and he is an offensive tackle that was drafted by the Buffalo Bills in 2024.
And so where did he come from?
Let's see. Do you see how that works? I
Oh,
know
yeah.
that's right. You better get your brother an invite. Of course, he's deserving, but it's always nice to be able to connect with your brother. The same thing happened for the brothers in Utah State, the Utah State brothers, Fano. You
What
know
was
who
that
I'm
name?
talking about, Mr. Ford? Fano. There's a offensive lineman named Fano, and I think they're like, I forgot what they're called. I don't know what nationality he is, but you know those big offensive linemen. I don't want to say he's Hawaiian because that would be incorrect.
Samoan. Usually
Yeah,
they get
he's
Samoan.
somewhere along the lines with that,
Yeah.
and he was drafted to the Cleveland Browns, and
Oh,
they
okay.
signed his brother after the draft.
Okay.
All right, so Tylen Grable has had 3 years of experience. He's 6'5", 313 pounds. His college was UCF.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he was drafted to the Bills out of UCF.
Okay.
And his brother is joining him. So he'll be at the mini rookie camp. So hopefully he makes the squad.
Yeah.
Of course, I want to say Terrell Jennings is with the Buffalo Bills, right?
Oh, I thought he was with the New England Patriots.
No, he's with the Patriots. I said it. Yeah, he's with the Patriots.
Patriots, yeah.
But Florida A&M has quite a number of young men that are in the NFL, and they were undrafted free agents, or they got a rookie minicamp invite. So you have Terrell Jennings, Marquise Bell,
Right.
Isaiah Land.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 3 that I can name.
What about the kid with the Rams?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but he's my mind is like going over it. Xavier Smith.
Xavier Smith.
Mm-hmm. It's with the Rams. Yeah. So this, SWAC has opportunities.
Oh, without a doubt, baby. Without a doubt.
And it also goes to show you, like, some of these folks that are getting these opportunities, it's not necessarily about the production of their teams. Like Eric Hunter, they and the Morgan State Bears, they've had, like, over the past 3 years, they had one season where they were 6-6 and the rest were losing seasons.
I was surprised they didn't make a change. I guess they decided, I thought they were going to remove Coach Wilson this year. I really did. I did. I thought they were going to remove.
Then we have Corian Sharp is an offensive lineman for North Carolina A&T. I think they're going to be at that rookie minicamp invite. Aaron Harris, a cornerback from North Carolina A&T to the Cleveland Browns. I noticed that they are definitely looking for a lot of offensive line talent for the Cleveland Browns. The whole draft was actually pretty much offensive. So those are the 8 that I have. The rest of them, which will include Alabama State, Dylan DeJet, and some other young men, that will be on Saturday. Okay.
Okay.
Because that was exciting, Mr. Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan DeJect got drafted to the CFL draft in the second round. He was like the 19th pick overall.
Well, listen, let me give you some information I was told by some people at my school, the Alabama State people.
Oh, you got
Supposedly,
some tea?
yeah, and listen, this is what I've been told. This spring, the young man you was talking about, Smoot, he didn't participate in the spring game, and neither did what's the returning quarterback's name? Andrew Body.
Andrew Body.
Okay, now here's the thing. Supposedly they got a kid who's come there early. He's out of a high school in Alabama. He won the state championship twice. Last name is Fry. They are so high on this kid.
What?
Yes. They're saying that when Andrew Body leaves Alabama State, it's going to be this Fry. And supposedly this kid, Fry, has a brother who's a quarterback at Grambling.
What?
Yes. But they are very high on this Fry kid. Last
Can
name
you
is
repeat
Fry.
that for me, please? You said, well, Smoot graduated this. I don't know. He graduated. Smoot graduated.
Okay, well, this kid, his last name is Fry. They expect him, they saying that once the Andrew Body era is over at Alabama State, he's going to take over. This kid is supposed to be their truth.
Got you, Laquan. That'll be for Saturday. Mr. Ford. This changes everything. You are dropping some tea, Mr. Ford, but this changes.
This is what I was told. This is what I was told about this kid. But
you're basically making the statement that Smoot nor Andrew Body participated in the spring.
No, they said neither one of them participated in. Now that's what I heard. Hey, somebody from Alabama State, is that true?
Why would they tell us?
Well, supposedly they didn't. Neither one of them participated in the spring game.
Well, maybe
but they said that this Fry kid. They said that Fry kid looked really good.
Maybe they were doing the spring game like a rookie mini camp invite where they let the backup play.
I don't know.
Mr. Ford,
you
is messy.
I know, but I'm telling you, they saying that this kid, this Fry kid, really look good, and I think he's like early.
Let me look him up.
Last name is Fry.
Let me see.
And they said he won the state championship the last 2 years.
Oh, not them being able to get a quarterback with a new offensive
and I heard this guy's supposed to can do it now.
Mr. Ford, should I bring on Coach Eddie, Coach E. Rob?
Yes.
Are you gonna be on time? No.
Okay. Yeah, when you gonna bring him?
I'm just talking. Oh, he's on here, Mr. Ford. His name is Fry.
Yeah, they said that kid can go, man.
They don't got his picture on here, but they got his information. I'm gonna
they was bragging about that kid, man.
What you mean?
A couple of people at my school, I don't know if they went to the spring game or they were told about the spring game, but they really held this kid.
You heard him, Miss Whitley, talk about some. I know. Okay, his name is Aaron Fry. He's a 6'1" quarterback freshman from Pinson, Alabama. He went to Clay Chalkville High School.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Supposedly he won the state championship twice, I think the last 2 years.
In which is it 4A or 5A or 6A? Which one?
Maybe 6 or 7.
Jackson State. It says he got an offer from Jackson State, Howard, Kennesaw State, Georgia State, Alabama State, North Alabama, Tuskegee, and UT Martin. Allegedly. Okay. Let me see what his stuff is. Like what he got going on. 3.8 GPA, 4.48 laser. He's a 3-year starter for Clay Chalkville, delivering 6A state crowns in 2023 and 2025. Okay. That's 6A, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, that's what I was told. Yeah, they really
Senior
have
led
this
the
kid.
Cougars to a perfect 15-0 record in the 2025 football season, led Clay Chalkville to a victory over Class 7A state champion Thompson in the regular season, then earned MVP honors as his team rolled past Saraland 38-21 to claim the AHSAA Super 7 Class 6A state title. Wow. It says that he finished the 2025 season completing 145 of 236 passes for 2,149 yards and 24 touchdowns with just 2 interceptions. He also rushed for 1,326 yards and 20 touchdowns on 142 carries, averaging 9.3 yards per carry. Mr. Ford, he is a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, they said he threw for 2,000 and ran for 1,000, right?
Thank you for whoever for telling Alabama State's business. Thank you for telling their business to Mr. Ford, because you know he's gonna come over here and tell me.
What happened?
I want to thank whoever told you from Alabama State, because then you came over here and told me.
Yeah, we got several.
So, I mean, we don't even need to be looking at Andrew Body. That's not who we even need to be looking at.
Well, like I said, as it was told to me, he's the next man up after Andrew Body is still number one. But when the Andrew Body, era is over, that's the guy.
Just gave me, and me just reading it, Andrew Body is QB1 based on the fact that it's his last year play only.
Yeah, it's last year. But they still got somebody, That guy's, I mean, you remember when they first gave him the job, people were saying, he had never coached. He was the real estate man and all that. That guy, Eddie Robinson, has done a great job.
Who was saying that? I mean, he literally
who
played
was saying
in the
that.
NFL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's done a great job, especially last year.
What he doing?
Yeah, he does.
He can't get over it. He did beat Jackson State at the homecoming. Oh, Mr. Ford, I'll never forget for SWAC Media Day. That was 2000. That had to be 2023 SWAC Media Day. I said, you asked for Jackson State to schedule you for homecoming, and we're gonna see you for homecoming. And boy, if Alabama State did whoop up on us and we lost. I said, I'm never talking mess to Coach E-Rob again.
Yeah, y'all got a rivalry with them.
We do not have a rivalry, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, y'all do. I mean, it's
everybody that comes up and tries to dethrone Jackson State is not a rivalry. We have a rivalry with Southern. Alcorn is our baby brother, so we rival with them. But that's it. It's Southern and Alcorn, nobody else.
Well, when Willie was down there at FAM, y'all kind of had a rivalry with them for a little bit.
We did not have a rivalry. We beat them 59-3. We don't have a.
Yeah, but then y'all beat them 7-6, and then they beat y'all one year.
They lost to Harold Jackson. Matter of fact, I want to say they lost to Jackson State. Has been whooping up on FAM since, like, if you look at it and you go down the line. And we don't have a rivalry with Grambling either. We just be getting our asses whooped by Grambling. We don't have a rivalry with them. It's one-sided. It's one-sided beef. Grambling puts their all in and whoops us, and then they can't do nothing else for the rest of the season. But they highlighted.
They're gonna change that now. From what I heard, some stuff from them.
You got some more tea? Y'all drop allegedly in the chat.
Listen, Grambling is I mean, they won 7 games last year? 8 games. What did they win? 7?
Grambling?
Didn't Grambling win 7
No,
games?
Grambling went and got in that fight with Bethune, and they ended up dropping 2. They dropped the Bayou Classic, and they dropped that other game.
So how many games did they win overall? Was it 7?
I want to say it was 6, but
Pull it up.
And Will, you know what? You're always hard on Southern. You real hard on Southern, Mr. Ford, and what they need to do, and this, that, and the third. And you give Grambling a pass.
Hey, let me tell you something. You remember when y'all was talking all that old crazy talk about what that boy name? What's his Falk? Marshall Falk wasn't wearing no Southern paraphernalia. Listen, I'm hearing that they doing some stuff down there in Baton Rouge now.
You be hearing a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
okay, so Grambling did win 7 games. They won 7.
But listen,
they were 7 and 5 overall.
I'm hearing that Grambling thinking about at least 9 wins next year. Now I'm telling you now.
You know what? As quiet as it's kept, Mr. Ford, they could have won 9 wins if they didn't fight with Bethune-Cookman. They were 4-4 in the SWAC. They ended up dropping the game versus Southern and the game versus Alcorn after that Bethune-Cookman game. I really think that Grambling could have, Alcorn beat their ass 27-16.
You think Alcorn beat Grambling?
Yeah, because remember they got to that big fight with Bethune-Cookman?
Yeah. You know, see, let me tell you something. See, Grambling, Alcorn, Texas Southern, Alabama A&M, Bethune-Cookman. It's going to be judgment for them this year. They're going to make up their mind.
Can't win 9 games, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. Either them teams are going to stand up and play championship football, or they're going to get beat down. They're going to get beat down.
Who going to get beat down?
It could be Grambling, Alcorn, Texas Southern, Bethune-Cookman, Alabama A&M. Now that's 5 schools in the SWAC. They gotta make a decision what they're gonna do. Either they're gonna be a losing program or they're gonna be a winning program. Okay? Ain't no middle of the road. You see them big dogs up there like Jackson, Prairie View, Alabama State, fam, them people ain't them people coming to beat behind. And them 5 I just called out.
They come in to whoop ass. They come in to whoop ass.
So them 5 I called out, they got to stand up. Either they gonna stand up or they gonna get beat down.
Hold up or fold up. They got to hold up or fold up.
I'm telling you now.
So let's play a game. Hold up or fold up. I'm gonna name the team and you tell me what they're gonna do, Mr. Ford. All right. Alabama State, Mr. Ford.
Oh, Alabama State's gonna be in the middle. They gonna listen. The big dogs in the SWAC right now is Prairie View, Jackson State, Alabama State. I want to put Southern in it, but I got to see them play.
They said they're going to be barbecue or mildew, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, they got, listen, baby. Listen, Bama State going to beat ass. Bama State going to beat ass.
Jackson State, Mr. Ford.
Beat ass.
Beat ass.
They going to beat ass, baby. And if you don't come right, you're going to get it beat real bad. Yeah, you got to come right. Them 3, that Prairie View and all them, I tell you what that guy said. See, that guy done already told the rest of the SWAC, either you come up to their level or we're going to beat the shit out you.
I understand that he's saying that, but them games was mighty close last year.
Yeah, but listen, baby, he won the SWAC, baby. Remember them last 3? Remember them after he lost that Alabama State game? How he just beat the dog shit out of Alabama A&M and Mississippi Valley and what's that? Arkansas Pine Bluff. I told you that. They was getting better every
It
week.
was Raleigh and it was UAPB, Mr.
Yeah, but they
Ford.
went right on and won the SWAC. Didn't they win the SWAC?
They won the sweat.
Okay, I'm trying to tell you now. Listen, the West is coming up because for many years the West wasn't shit, and now it's all about the East. Whoever won that FAMU Jackson game, then we was pissed off because it was the first game of the season. But listen, all that stuff is over now. You guys, it's gonna be some rumblings in the East. It's gonna be some rumblings in the West, baby. It's gonna be some rumblings, baby.
All right, Bethune-Cookman, they gonna hold up or fold up?
I can't. Listen. I applaud Coach Woody for last year and for saving his job, but I can't go no further than that. I personally, I don't think they're gonna be better than they were last year. I don't. I might be wrong. I don't.
Florida A&M.
Building. Yeah.
Are they gonna hold up or they gonna fold up? They gonna fold like laundry?
I got to see, like you were just talking about. If they got to get them interior people, they got to. I'm telling you, they saying they only had 6 offensive linemen.
They are soft in the middle, Mr. Ford. Can you imagine?
See, you can't go into the season with no 6 offensive linemen. They got to go get 10 to 15 offensive linemen. They got to get that, and then I can tell you a little bit more about them. All I can say right now is building. I got to see. Now, one thing I do know, I came back and told you I went to the game last year when FAMU played Albany State, and I was impressed with that. You remember I told you about that Isaiah Noah kid?
Yes, the quarterback. Yes.
Yeah, I was impressed with him. Now, listen, one thing Quinn can do now, he can train a quarterback. Now, he's always been good at that. If they can get that offensive line stable, and I'm hoping they get some size, because I like size on the offensive line, especially with them tackles. Hey, it could be all right.
I have my HBCU quarterback club that I will be doing this fall. Okay. And so as of right now, I have Jared Lockhart, Cornelius Brown.
Oh yeah.
And Isaiah Knowles is on there, and Andrew Body.
Andrew Body's the best of all of them. Andrew Body's the best of all of
them. Okay. I will be putting up the Fry Kid. He's gonna go on here. The Fry Kid from Alabama State.
You're gonna put him up as a freshman?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna put him as a freshman. I'm gonna put him up here as a quarterback to watch.
Oh well, not this year, maybe next year.
Yeah, right. I feel like Andrew Body, like, okay, Mr. Ford. All right. I got Andrew Body up here, but I'm gonna be watching for that kid.
Yeah, I'm telling you that there's a lot of people high on that kid. Them Alabama State people high on that kid, man.
We got Sammy Dunn too. We got Sammy Dunn too in the cut.
Yeah, now Sammy Dunn is a kid from Mobile.
Yep.
Yeah, I like him too. Yeah, I like him.
So the HBCU quarterback club, I'm just put up the information. But anyway, there's a race, a start to finish. And basically, we're going to be following along with the quarterback club.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That, this is Andrew Body's farewell, too. I expect him to set the SWAC on fire.
Set it ablaze.
Yeah, I really do.
I mean, we're gonna be able to see what's what week 0 between Alabama State and Southern.
Yes, we are. Man, that was a brilliant idea to have that game in Birmingham. That's a brilliant idea.
Smoot He graduated this weekend.
Oh, he did?
him. Yeah, he graduated.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you that I'm basically thinking that guy is gonna set the SWAC on fire, man. That Andrew Body. That guy's gonna show out, man. I really do believe that. I was so happy he came back to Alabama State. I was just so happy.
Yes,
I can't tell you.
make sure you guys hit up SheLovesThee.com for all of your HBCU news. I'm gonna do some articles this week. I have so many articles to do. Good Lord. All right. So I'm excited because we get to do the quarterback club. That's gonna be fun.
I am too, man. I'm so excited.
I think that they are gonna definitely put on the show, and that's exciting. To be able to see this level of quarterback play elevating.
You know, now you've seen Alabama State's home schedule, haven't you? Have you seen that?
Mr. Ford, no.
Oh,
I mean, they got everybody. They got FAMU,
everybody is coming to Montgomery.
They got Jackson State going.
Jackson State. They got FAMU. They got Prairie View. And then they got Southern and Birmingham. Oh, they got their home schedule. I mean, their schedule is just awesome.
Meaning it's awesome for them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. I just think this Andrew Body kid is going to just set fire. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised that guy throw for 3,000 yards. I'm serious. I wouldn't even be surprised.
Okay, well, if he throws for 3,000 yards, he needs to get drafted out of Alabama State. All right.
Yeah.
So, that would be the top of all of FCS. I want to say the most.
I hope for.
How many yards he got to throw per game? 300, 400 yards a game?
Yeah. Yeah, about 300.
Mr. Ford.
Huh?
Somebody said put the drink down.
I tell him I don't drink.
Don't be on that lithium like Dave. Competitive Dave. All right.
Hey.
Fred Allen said 3K in 5 games.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Listen. Bama State has never been to the Celebration Bowl, have they?
No, because they can't get past Jackson State.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? That's what they got to fight for. They got to fight to get to the Celebration Bowl.
Running like a running back, okay? Andrew, you're going to have to trust your running backs.
Yeah, you know what? You know, that just, hey, like Mr. Mon, you know, Bama State has never been to the Celebration Bowl. Southern University has never been to the Celebration Bowl. They've never been. Southern's never been to the Celebration Bowl. Bama State has never been. That's 2 giants.
Who they couldn't get past?
Who was that?
I don't know. I know the last couple of years that we had Southern in the SWAC championship. They couldn't get over the hump, at least in the past 5 years.
Yeah, that was Terrence Grave, and then that was Dooley, right?
Yep, they couldn't get past this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's 2 giants. They've never been to the Celebration Bowl. Alabama State's never been.
Bishop said, I hope they don't ever go.
What did they say? What?
He hopes they don't ever go.
Because Alcorn have been 3 times.
That's
Alcorn been 3 times.
They ain't been able to get it together on the west side.
Who was that?
Alcorn. They can't get it together on the west side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Alcorn has been but they've been to the Celebration Bowl 3 times. They've lost every time, but at least they were there.
Everybody's a giant to Mr. Ford. Why are you making everybody a giant, Mr. Ford?
I said Southern and Alabama State are giants.
Oh, okay. So Alabama AM, are they going to hold up or fold up, Mr. Ford?
I think they hold up because of that kid. I'm gonna go with that Quad Brown. What's his name? Quad.
Where is the defense, Mr. Ford?
But I think, listen, you know, Sam and them gonna get that defense together. You ain't got to worry about that.
You said that last year, and their
No,
defense
no,
was worse
no.
than the SWAC.
Listen. You know, Sam is dangerous in his second year. Go back and look at how he is in his second year. He's dangerous. But with that Quad Brown kid back, okay, that's a lot of experience on that offense. I know that they're gonna get that defense together. I know they're gonna get that defense together. But Alabama A&M should stand up. I'll be surprised if they don't. I'm looking for them.
Stand up. The defense. The defense needs to be head and shoulders better than last year.
You know they come to Atlanta. Is it 0 week? You know they come here for this. I'm gonna get a chance to see them.
Howard, right?
Huh?
Is it versus Howard?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, I'll get a chance to see them now. Because as soon as I see them, I'm calling you.
Jay White said Mr. Ford picked Shade to be our coach. Mr. Ford,
I did. I wanted Shade at Alabama, and I did.
You did pick him a whole season before it was time for him to become the coach. So,
but let me say this, Mr. Mona. Always look at Sam Shade's second year. Always look at it, his second year. He's really good his second year. Once he sees it that first year and then that second year. Now I'm high on this Quad Brown kid. You know, he was here in Atlanta. We saw him at Georgia State. I really didn't understand why he left Georgia State. So I'll see them in that MEAC SWAC challenge. I'm gonna be able to talk about them because you know, Lord willing, I'll try to be at that now. I'll try to be there.
Valley State, Mr. Ford.
You said Valley State?
Mm-hmm.
The best thing about Valley State, they just got Mike Davis as their basketball coach.
Why would you start talking about basketball?
Because that's gonna be the best thing Valley gonna have to talk about is that basketball program. Because he gonna have, if he stay down there, he gonna have it right now. You know about Mike Davis, right?
Yes, you told me that he used to play. I mean, he used to coach for Texas Southern.
Yeah, and he played at Alabama for Wimp Sanderson. Yeah, Mike knows he knows the game now. He knows what to do.
Well, they're in the chat saying Valley 3-peats on FAMU.
Okay, so y'all got jokes on.
That ain't no joke. They got whooped once. They got whooped again. They gonna whoop.
Listen, that's Cozy now. That's because they had Cozy as the head coach. He was a joke.
Well, they better build that offensive and defensive line and Mr.
Yeah,
Ford. That's their rival.
Bam's got to go get at least 10 to 15 offensive linemen and then.
Damn, 10 to 15?
Yeah.
That's rival right there.
A lot of people want at least 20 offensive linemen on their roster. They want 20 offensive linemen.
Next up, of course, we have Prairie View A&M.
Oh, you know they're going to rock and roll, babe.
They're going to rock and roll.
Yeah, they're going to rock and roll. Only thing I want to know about Prairie View is who's going to be that quarterback.
Is the SWAC West going to be competitive this year, or, you know, is everybody just getting steamrolled by Prairie View? Or is it going to be competitive? Because last year, Prairie View in the West, in terms of, I want to say, Texas Southern, very close game.
Yeah, you're right. That game could have went either way.
Alcorn State, very, very close.
Yeah, I thought Alcorn should have won.
So, are they going to separate from the other teams in the West, or is it going to be more competitive?
I think it'll be competitive, but I still think the West belongs to Prairie View. I think that some people will give them a game, but right now, the momentum that Prairie View has, really, to be honest with you, the thing for Prairie View is, I'm basically thinking it'll be a repeat between them and Jackson State for the SWAC championship. Yeah, I think it'll be a repeat. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, I really do think it's gonna It's gonna be that Ali Frazier type thing. Them two schools is gonna be, they're gonna be slapping and hitting each other for a while to come. Yeah. Now, what this guy wants now is he doesn't want to have to go to Jackson. What he's saying is he wants that SWAT championship game at Prairie View. That's what he's talking about now. He doesn't want to go to Jackson.
We don't care what he wants.
I know it, but he doesn't want to go to Jackson. He doesn't want to have to play that SWAT championship in Jackson, Mississippi.
Well, then he shouldn't have lost to Alabama State then.
Well, you know what? That's going to be a classic game, too. And that game is in Montgomery.
Your out of conference has nothing to do with your in conference.
Yeah, but you know what? That's going to be a big game. That Alabama State Prairie View game, that's going to be a big game.
Is that in Alabama State? At Alabama State?
Yeah, that's at Montgomery. That's in.
Oh,
remember, that's
his ass whooped again. Thank you, Bama State. Thank you, Big Bama State.
Yeah, they got to go to
the game to Prairie View.
Hey, that's gonna be a big. Listen, that's gonna. You wouldn't happen to know. Is that early or is that a late? Is that in November or in October? When's that game?
It was usually, last year it was like late.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be late. So that'll be a November game, right? Or would that be an October game? That's an October game?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Let me see.
And by the way, does Texas Southern have an AD yet? Or they still with that interim stuff?
That's all the way in November. It's November 21st.
Oh yeah, that's late.
That's late. That's
right before Thanksgiving.
That's actually Prairie View's last. Not Prairie View. I'm not gonna say Prairie View. That's Alabama State's last, and I think it would be Prairie View's last game of the season.
Yeah, because Alabama State plays on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, they play the Turkey Classic.
Turkey Classic.
So that'll make and break the season, huh?
That's gonna be a big game. I wish I could go to that because that's only about 130 miles from here?
From Atlanta?
Yeah, I would love because listen, you got Jackson State coming to Montgomery, Florida A&M is coming to Montgomery, Prairie View is coming to Montgomery. Who am I missing? They got some really big time games coming to Montgomery. They got the ideal schedule. They're gonna make a lot of money too.
Why are they gonna make money, Mr. Ford?
Because all them people travel. Now I don't know about no Prairie View. Jackson's gonna bring a crowd. That FAMU's gonna bring a crowd. Now I don't know about no Prairie View, no crowd and all that.
Where's the crowd at? Where's the line? They need a line. Where is the line? Dr. Carey said, so what do you grade Texas Southern? Are they going to hold or fold this year? They finished second.
Here's the only thing. I go by history and tradition. And, I just don't know what Texas Southern going to do, Then I'm miffed about they don't have an AD. I don't like that interim stuff.
What and then my thing is for in terms of football.
Yeah, but listen. See, here's the problem. You got a wonder boy down there as AD at Prairie View, AD Golf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then at Texas Southern, you got an interim. See, they already behind. I mean, how you gonna compete against Prairie View and you ain't got no big time AD? Prairie View got a big time AD. You don't have one. So right now I just ain't got no faith in Texas Southern right now. I'm a Chris Dishman fan. I go back to him years back because he was, I loved myself some Houston Oilers, and he was the DB on there. But I'm just I don't like that stuff. You okay? You done fired Kevin Granger. Why you haven't named the AD?
Mr. Ford, they have other things to worry about.
Okay. All right.
Like, I don't think you understand how much like athletics is kind of like a byproduct or afterthought of Texas Southern. They got money. They raised
They
like
do
$10
have money.
million a couple
But I
weeks
just thought,
ago. They got the money.
like
They
I
just,
told you before, I don't understand why you can't fix that Durley Stadium up on the yard. Why you can't do that? Okay. Why I mean, what's the problem? Why you can't play on the yard? I got a problem with that.
Resilient said, I wouldn't be surprised if Texas Southern get PV this year.
Oh, yeah, it could happen. I mean, they rivals.
That's the first game of the season.
And they rivals. And yeah, it could happen. Because they definitely could have got them last year. Because I watched that whole game. But I'm just saying, I mean, what are you doing? Why you haven't named the AD? Why?
Grambling, are they gonna shut up or are they gonna put up or shut up? Grambling.
No, we gonna put up, baby. It's because of history and tradition. We got to put up. Either we gonna put up or some people got to give up them jobs.
Just Jackson State.
Huh?
Put up against more than just Jackson State.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you this. Either Grambling gonna put up or some people got to give up them jobs. I'm just telling you that. They got to either we gonna put up or we got to make some changes. We got to make some changes. We can't do this. This is not acceptable for Grambling not to be.
Cam McCoy is at Texas Southern now.
Okay, he's at Texas Southern?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, listen. Could you get an AD at Texas Southern? Could you go get a AD? Now, listen. Jackson State got Dr. Robinson. Prairie View got AD Golf. Okay. How about Texas Southern going to get them a big time AD? How about you got, like you said, they got money.
No other big time ADs in the SWAC, Mr. Ford. Who else is a big time AD?
Of course, they got Alabama State. They got Alabama A&M. Did I say the guy now you know I like some Reggie Theus. Now, even though he all basketball, I like Reggie Theus.
Reggie Theus been cooking.
Yeah, man, you know, but the only thing was it was a big disappointment. Reggie and them got put out first round, didn't what in the basketball tournament? Didn't they get put out first round?
They said I thought one of their biggest players wasn't playing.
Yeah, but I just that was they were the regular season champs and they got put out first round. That was kind of disheartening.
What's Arkansas Pine Bluff finna do, Mr. Ford?
Nothing. Nothing. They ain't finna do nothing.
Mr. Ford.
But beat up Mississippi Valley. That's all. That's all they're gonna do. Nothing.
Mr. Ford.
Mm-hmm.
What's Alcorn State about to do?
No, Alcorn State is a big question. And you know they're gonna play defense. They're gonna be good special team. If they play like they played Jackson that last game, they could do 8 or 9 wins.
Boy, I'm so glad that they ran that play and he ran in front instead of behind. Lord have mercy. Thank you for saving us. Thank you for running the wrong play, Alcorn State.
Listen, if the offensive coordination come together, the quarterback play come together, they're gonna have to watch out Alcorn. They're gonna have to watch out.
Thea said, "Pray for me, y'all. I'm eating fish with no scales."
Who's doing that?
Thea is eating fish with no scales. Pray for him.
Wait a minute, who was that?
Thetis. Thetis said, pray for him. He's eating fish with no scales.
It's supposed to be scales and fins, bro.
Wait, so no catfish?
I told you, scales and fins. Catfish ain't got no scales. A catfish is a bottom feeder.
Okay, Mr. Ford. What's Southern about to do? Because they at the bottom, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, but that's for
They're
now.
at the bottom of the West from last year.
Listen, baby, you know Southern finna come back. You know them Jags getting ready to come back. Them Jags finna come back. Them Jags, baby.
Said, Marshall Falk is Falk around and find out.
There you go, baby.
Era.
Yeah.
The Southern Jags are back.
They're back, baby.
Restore. What are they restoring, Mr. Ford?
Greatness, winning,
restore greatness,
culture, history, tradition.
Don't put on none of Dooley's draws. Got a whole
That's
new
right, baby.
regime.
Bring back the Pete Richardson and the Arnett Muffet days.
Jesus multiplied fish, Mr. Ford. What type of fish do you think Jesus multiplied?
One with fins and scales.
Like bass?
Could be. I know it had fins and scales.
Red snapper? Red snapper.
That's fins and scales, ain't it?
Yeah, red snapper got some fins.
Right.
Y'all put what type of fish?
You see what who is that right there? Say southern back. Southern back, baby.
From the blue stove.
Y'all talking about I'm on hard, but you know what? I like when Southern wins now. I like that now. I like that. Now, the one thing about it, I don't want it to be Grambling. You know, but I want Southern to roll. I do. I like when Southern winning.
So does that mean they're gonna be wearing Pete Richardson's draws, Mr. Ford? That's nasty.
No, they ain't gonna be wearing this guy here coming in with something else now. It's gonna be a different thing down there. You got some good people. You got Curtis Johnson. I remember when Curtis was at Tulane. You got Todd Light as defense coordinator. I told you, Todd played under one of the greatest defensive minds in the history of football. A cat was named Bud Carson. Bud Carson is the one who built the Steelers had this thing called the steel curtain. You ever heard me talk about that?
Steel curtain? No. Mr. Ford, I have never heard you talk about steel curtain. Tell me about the steel curtain.
Steel curtain was, in the middle was Mean Joe Green. He was from North Texas State. There was a guy named Ernie Holmes. He was Texas Southern. There was a guy named L.C. Greenwood. He was Arkansas Pine Bluff. And then there was a guy named Dwight White. I can't remember where Dwight came from.
Mr. Ford, they're going in the comments.
What'd they say?
They said same team.
Oh, they talking about no, they ain't no same team no more. No, y'all. You talking about Southern?
Yeah.
No, y'all. No, y'all. Ain't no more same team. That was that's Grays now.
Falk around and find your ass out in Jackson.
No, Lord, ain't no same team, y'all. Don't believe that myth.
L.C. Greenwood of Canton, Mississippi.
Yeah, I worked with a lady that knew him. She's from Canton. She's a retired teacher. She subs with us. She knew him. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He's from Canton, Mississippi. Yeah.
Well, no, we did not. I'm glad you brought that up, Bayless. All right, so we want your thoughts on this. Now, you remember Deshaun Jackson. You was kind of like, I don't know what he's going to do. You know, I don't think he's taking it serious.
You're right.
So, he then, I think it was the fight that happened. There was a fight that took place.
Yeah.
I forgot. Was it the Bethune-Cookman fight versus Graham?
And
then him and Cam called us ghetto. They called us ghetto.
Who called us ghetto?
So he's been alleged. Deshaun Jackson called us ghetto.
He called us SWAT ghetto?
He called Bethune-Cookman fighting ghetto. Grambling and Bethune-Cookman was fighting, then they called.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So he allegedly had gang activity.
Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, I heard that. And he's been named in a lawsuit or something.
As yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they named him in a
That's exactly
lawsuit.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I just hope he can get
Um,
all that straightened out.
basically, the young man said that they were fighting. Um, they were fighting, beat up.
Dang, they ain't gonna let you talk too much about them folks.
Well, Mr. Mona.
Wait, Mr. Ford, I have to finish this before you
Okay.
go.
Yeah, it's got to get ready to go. And by
All
the way,
right.
the Hawks they got beat to death tonight, didn't they? Didn't they get beat up real bad?
Well, isn't it over then?
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
You said it was.
Yeah, it's
All right.
over.
So, the former player is Malachi Biggs. He was severely injured during a locker room incident. He was
Hmm.
choked and knocked unconscious and
Mm.
lost at least a dozen teeth.
Woo.
It claims he promoted a locker room culture that relied heavily upon the use of gang associated slang and a gang associated mentality. Talk about ghetto. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
They got blood in, blood out at Delaware State.
Well,
Mr. Ford.
they got a court date, right? Don't they have a court date for that?
They do have a court date, but I just
Okay,
wanted your
so they
thoughts
need
on
to get
him
that straightened out.
calling stuff ghetto. No, they're probably gonna settle. And
Yeah.
I doubt that they're gonna do anything to Deshaun. This is the uh most anybody's talked about Delaware State in how much
Yeah,
you
they
think?
came one game short of winning the MEAC, right?
In decades, right? They
Yeah,
ain't talked this
been
much about
decades. It's
Delaware
been
State in
years.
decades. Ain't nothing finna happen to him.
Yeah, that's yeah, like you said, Delaware State's been irrelevant for many years.
He's straight out of Southern California, and on the low, he acts as if he's affiliated.
I think they said his dad went to Bethune Cookman, right?
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think Deshaun Jackson's daddy went to Bethune Cookman.
That's just pure thuggery, debauchery, ghetto. Just ghetto.
Yeah, but Mr. Mona,
Yes, Mr. Ford.
I
I will
got to
see
get
you. I will see
Thursday.
you on Saturday. Today
Okay,
is
yeah,
Thursday.
Saturday. Okay,
You have a good night.
okay, everybody, y'all have a good night.
Mm. Y'all, let me read this. Let me read it more clear for y'all. I need to read it more clear for y'all. Hang on. Because this is bad. Hang on, I'm going to pull it up. This is terrible. Like, whoa, this is some real dangerous stuff. That's who Jackson State needs to play this year. Mm. Why do we need to play them? They seem like they. Sorry, y'all. It seems like they would be trying to, like, I don't know. That seems like a little dangerous to be trying to play Delaware State. He may lose his job. I doubt it. Oh, it was very, yeah, it looks like it was very bad. I'm going to read it to you just because I'm like, wait a minute. All right, let's look at this. Deshaun Jackson lawsuit alleges violent HBCU football culture. First of all, why are you putting a violent HBCU culture? That man not from HBCU. He bought his gang affiliated culture, maybe, but we're not violent. Okay. Former player Malachi Big alleges he was attacked by ex teammate Anthony Herbert in the team's locker room on November 19th. Biggs claimed the assault knocked out at least a dozen teeth and left him unconscious. A dozen? That's like 12 teeth. Wow. It said the lawsuit accuses Jackson of overseeing an unsafe locker room environment and promoting what the complaint described as tough guy philosophy tied to gang associated slang and gang associated mentality. Biggs also alleges Jackson and staff members encouraged crimes, assaults, harassment, hazing, altercations within the Delaware State football program. Jackson denied the allegations in the statement posted on Instagram, saying, "I have never fostered or encouraged hazing, bullying, or any violent environment. That has never been the culture I have worked to build. The safety, well-being, and development of every student athlete, he takes it seriously," but said he would not comment further because of the pending litigation. He led the Hornets to an 8-4 record in his first season. Mm, this is terrible. Um, so what do you guys think? See, this is what we mean when we talk about discipline, when we talk about culture, when we talk about fostering a safe environment, fostering an environment that encourages getting your education. He fostered an environment where student athletes felt comfortable enough to stomp somebody out and not receive any consequences. Like, that's crazy. Hey, nephew.
Hey, I'm back. My phone overheating, so I had to jump off for some time.
Okay.
So was this
My
supposed to be
family
like?
wouldn't let Deshaun sleep, and hopefully that baby's family has the same energy. Yeah, that's like
So
you're
was this like
definitely.
some kind of like jumping type of situation? Like,
I don't know.
cause
I know that they allegedly jump to be in gangs, or you can jump to get out of a gang. Like if you say you don't want to do something, they'll jump
like
you.
like he treating the team like it's a gang, and they basically like, like how, like, yeah, like to get in, like they jump him in. Like, is that what he was doing? Because that's what it sounded like.
Knocking out that many teeth, that's terrible. So for me personally, I'm gonna just give you my thoughts. Personally, Delaware State has not had a winning season in God knows how long. I don't see them firing Deshaun. I think they're gonna try to settle it out of court, make it go away.
What is there to settle?
Meaning they're gonna give that young man some money. They're gonna pay it off.
Money can't bring his teeth back. If you knocked out 12 teeth, like you
He
can't
gonna
get the
need
teeth
some.
back.
He need to get some. That's like a full. That's a full. Wasn't there a situation at NSU too? Ooh, I ain't never heard of that one.
In that shit.
What's T,
Norfolk?
Jerome?
You talking about Norfolk?
Norfolk? Where is this at?
Hey, Jerome, hop on this panel real quick because you need to explain that a little further, sir.
What is he talking about?
Because I ain't
Norfolk?
heard it. I ain't heard that one.
Yeah, he's dropping T. What happened? But anyway, this just goes to show you like how uh he was trying to jump on the bandwagon when Bethune Cookman was fighting and saying, we don't do that. First of all, those young men, they might have been tussling, but they wasn't trying to kill each other.
Right, that was a
They
heated
was just
in the moment
tussling
type
and
thing. Like,
pushing. They was kind of like muffing each other. They might have thrown some punches, but they had on pads. What's
that's what you call a love of the game type of fight.
Yeah,
This
that
right
was
here,
kind
you
of just like, we tussling on here. You disrespected us. We gonna get you back. But they weren't trying to kill each other. They were just tussling.
they weren't trying to knock teeth out. Like they weren't trying to do none of that. Nah, that's no, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Hey, brother Jerome.
Hey, hey, y'all love what's going on?
Bro, Brooks, how you doing?
Hey, doing well. Hey, wasn't there a situation at
I did
Norfolk
add you.
during
Yeah, I
allegedly
did. Yeah, I did.
during Big Worm's
But we can't
term
hear
as
you.
well? Uh-oh.
Oh, I can hear him.
Oh,
You can't hear me?
I can't.
Yeah, I can hear you. Is your thing not muted? Is it, Tamana?
No.
So you probably got to hop off and come back on, Jerome.
Okay.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Oh, well, that's all that matters. What's up, brother Jerome?
Oh, he just hopped off. He about to hop back on.
Okay. I'm all right with a tussle too, but a choke and a stomp out? Like, what are we trying to do? You trying to kill that man? You trying to end that man life?
Wait, he got choked out too?
He got choked out to the point where he couldn't breathe and he passed out. And when he woke up, he didn't have no teeth in his mouth.
Oh
Hey,
no no no!
Jerome.
Oh no! Ain't no settling that. Like no, you can't settle that. I'm sorry. No. Mm-mm.
That's crazy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you good, loud and clear now.
No, I was saying, wasn't there a situation when Big Worm was at Norfolk and uh there
So
was
for
like a
the young
lawsuit from
for the
several
young ones in
players,
the back, Jerome, who is Big Worm again?
Coach Odoms,
Okay.
when he
Just
was
for the
at
young
Norfolk.
people. Just for the young people. Yeah.
And there was like several lawsuits. You don't
Oh,
remember that?
so this is a MEAC thing. They have some type of gang culture up there.
I don't know. I mean, if you want to Google that real quick, Timona, because
I am.
it's wild. Like the allegations from several players, almost like it went beyond to me like a ritual or like hazing. It went to some other uh stratosphere. I don't know. It was odd.
What ain't Odoms
Yeah,
from Southern?
cause
Ain't
I
Odoms from
definitely didn't hear
Southern?
about that.
Yeah, Odom's left
I think
Southern.
that is him. Yeah.
He left Southern after that COVID season and went to Norfolk.
Oh, so this is recent.
Yeah, I'm surprised y'all don't remember all the headlines. Like it made national news.
Well, I was at my other college, so that's probably why I didn't hear about it.
I don't know.
Uh, that's crazy.
I don't see it on here. I
Let
see
me
where it
find
says
it.
that he was fired.
Hold on. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it to your inbox.
Okay.
Or maybe they settled that, and that's why we can't find it. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. I looked up Dawson. I looked up Odom's Norfolk State football fighting. Um, oh, I see. I see. It says, "Oh, this is bad." Lord, that one's even worse. Two former Norfolk State University football players filed federal lawsuits against the university Wednesday, alleging that they were hazed and sexually assaulted by upperclassmen on the team, and coaches and staff ignored their complaints about the behavior. Former player Sean Fahey and another unnamed former player listed as John Doe each filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court in Norfolk against the university. It's zero tolerance sexual assault, harassment, and hazing policy that also requires officials to provide victims with assistance and protection they need. Wow.
What?
You are right, Miss. You are right, Jerome.
Yeah, that was like all over the news.
Oh, that's worse than I thought.
It said the player
And
listed as John Doe said in a lawsuit that an older player also attempted to rape him in August, but a team intervened to stop it. A teammate
Oh my
intervened to
god.
stop it. Oh, oh.
yeah, and there was like another dude that came out. He was saying like they went to like a team party. It was like I guess like in a student apartment, and I guess like the captain had like one of the freshmen and lured him into a room. It was wild. So um I guess they settled out of court, but yeah, I hope it's not a MEAC thing. It's kind of
No, I
wild.
don't think I don't think it's a me acting, but I do think the lack of accountability is definitely something that you have to have a zero tolerance policy when you have those types of things going on. And on top of
Right.
that, you are responsible for protecting um, these student athletes.
Yep.
That's your responsibility. Make sure that you protect. Um,
That is
I didn't
crazy and
even know that
insane.
happened. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, that was all over the news.
They said it's well. Fred Allen said prison culture.
Mm.
Mm, 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 mm.
And I wouldn't have known that if you hadn't said nothing like that, Jerome.
Jerome, can you highlight? I already highlighted in the beginning of the show about our
Yeah.
call for prayer tomorrow. Do you want to highlight a little bit more
So
for
I won't lie.
Jackson State?
I'm not too privy as far as all the details, but I do know there's a call for prayer. Essentially, praying for the institution, praying for our new leadership, praying for the new leadership coming to the NAA, just praying for all the students, faculty, and alumni. So if you have some time tomorrow morning, feel free to hop on the call. If you're not available to hop on the call, just feel free to say a quick prayer tonight or tomorrow for Jackson State. We're just touching and agreeing that the Most High, of course, will take us to new heights. He will protect us from all dangers seen and unseen. And he will open up doors of opportunity and blessings for the entire JSU community.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Do you guys want to talk about Jackson State basketball real quick before we end?
Sure. And as you're looking for that, definitely want to give a shout out to JSU alumnus Clay Myers. He's a 2011 Jackson State alum, was on the Jackson State championship golf team under Eddie Payton. He's gone on to have an amazing PGA career. He is currently the head of the PGA collegiate something, I forget. He's also the head men's coach, golf coach at a school in Texas. But PGA and Clay Myers have teamed up for I think like a minority golf championship event
Yeah,
coming
that's
up
the
soon. So
professional. That's professional golf. What that? You said PGA, correct?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, the Professional Golf Association, right?
yeah, I posted it on my Twitter.
Mhm.
But shout out to him. He's done a lot of really great things since he's left Jackson State. He's also been on like primetime television for like this celebrity golf challenge. But it's always great to see JSU alums using their talents to kind of elevate within various industries. But definitely kudos to him.
Yes, kudos.
Oh, speaking of JSU alums, using their talents, yeah, like you said. Also, I also like to give a shout out to uh J5 the new J5 head drum major Jared
Mm-hmm.
Coleman. He
Yes.
recently announced that he was flew out to do a commercial for Hidden Valley Ranch. Now it hasn't coming out yet. The commercial hasn't come out yet, but he did post it on his social media recently.
Not flued
And
out.
Jerome also highlighted on Twitter as well. So I want to give a shout out to him.
Yes.
Yes, it's so amazing, man. Just seeing our students, they recognize that Jackson State has a big brand and they're able to capitalize off of that. And I'm gonna say this, right? When I was in the Sonic Boom, here's a little secret, y'all. all the stuff that the Boom is doing now with all these national performances and da 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 da. We had the same opportunities when we were in the Boom, but a lot of this stuff was actually turned down by our band director. Like a lot of people don't know, 20th Century Fox, they reached out to the Boom first to do Drumline. But we turned it down. Then they reached out to Southern, they turned it down, and they reached out to Fam, and they turned it down. A lot of really big platforms that we could have done, but I'm just really glad that the new staff, they're actually embracing all these opportunities, not just for the program as a whole, but for individual student leaders like the drum majors, et cetera. We've seen like the J Sets be featured in like, what is it, the Cover Girl or the Mac makeup commercial. We've seen
Mm-hmm.
J5 get flown out for different stuff as well. So definitely shout out to this staff because I know you guys were talking about new band directors in the SWAC. It
Mm-hmm.
seems like a lot of these schools are trying to keep up with Jackson State because, I mean, undeniably, we talk about football and this dominance, but I've never seen a band program in a 10-year run or maybe a 6 or 5 year run
Mm-hmm.
that has had the success that the Sonic Boom has had from a national standpoint. So a lot of these schools are definitely paying attention. They like, nah, we gotta make some changes in our leadership. So shout out
Right.
to the Boom.
And I think that's just part of being innovative and, like you said, embracing these opportunities, not
Yeah,
turning them down, not closing off, and actually opening up um, the world to HBCU culture, band culture, and more importantly, the Sonic Boom of the South.
absolutely.
I definitely agree.
So I'm going to see if it comes up here. Coach Johnson has his official press conference on May 4th. So I'm guessing that's
That's on Monday,
Monday.
right?
Yeah. Monday, May 4th is when the official press conference goes through. But what we have to congratulate is that he was able to retain a couple of players that went into the transfer portal. The announcement of course, Coach Mo Williams leaving, a couple of our players went into the transfer portal. And so yesterday, and I want to say the day before that, or maybe it was just yesterday, these two players announced that they are running it back. And so I think this is huge in terms of building a championship team, is building off of what you had, highlighting what works, changing what doesn't. So we did get two players back. The first one that we have, of course, is Dorian McMillan, guard, 169 pounds, 6'3" sophomore from Pascagoula, Mississippi. Um, he was in 2004 to 2005 named Southwest Athletic Conference SWAC Freshman of the Year. Let's look at his stats for this year. He his season high was 25 points against Texas Southern. Um, Let me see what his career statistics are. He averaged 29 points, or excuse me, averaged 29 minutes, and let's see how much he averaged. 74% from the free throw range. Average 4.4 rebounds per game, 1.3 assists, and he averaged 11 points per game. So that was a huge get for us to be able to keep Dorian McMillan. And then the other player that we got back was, let me see, wasn't it Tatum? I don't know if y'all know or not. Jalen Tatum, 6'4". He's from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, Pine Bluff High School. Previously was at Holmes Community College, 187-pound guard. Let's look at his stats. He averages 7.7 points a game. He had 11 steals last season, 2 blocks, averages 1.8 assists per game, 2.6 rebounds per game. He's going to have to work on his free throws like Shaquille O'Neal. But anyway, yeah. So that's the update in terms of Coach Trey era. Hey, everybody just dropped off at 5. Jerome and Jay just left me over here. Major Bully said, our women's have more than 3 players on the roster is my question. Major Bullies, please don't ask me any questions at this point in time about the women's basketball team in terms of roster. I do not know. I don't know, y'all. I really don't. I'm so serious. Oh, yes, the after hour is closed until further notice. We have to do some tweaking and adjusting. Maybe I'll have it fixed by Saturday. I've been working a little bit. Maybe the after hours will be ready on Saturday. Because I need me a little fish sandwich. I'm not going to lie. I love catfish, but maybe I'll do whiting. Does whiting have scales? I think I'll have some whiting. Fried whiting for me, please. Croaker got too many bones in it. But anyway, so that's an update. So we got Tatum and Dorian McMillan back. Huge get. I would love to see how he's going to develop the team. Thank you for the 110 likes on the stream. I thank my mods, of course, Miss Whitley, Jay, and all my other mods for helping me with my channel. I couldn't do it without you all. New goal is 120 likes on Swag Saturday. Y'all be on time. I'm going to have a special guest. I'm going to try to bring a special guest every Saturday. So I'm going to have a special guest. It's a secret. I can't tell you. But be on time, okay? Be on time on Saturday. We got a special guest coming through. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I enjoyed it. I had fun. Y'all have a blessed evening, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Don't forget, if you are a Jackson State alum, that we have our call of prayer tomorrow, bright and early. Have a blessed night.
He made it big time, Willie! 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 He gone! Willie!
Brett for Miller with a basis loaded in the 7th.
No, don't ask me all these stupid ass fucking questions. No. And the fuck. God, all these fucking stupid ass questions every fucking night.
I've had some days and some sleepless nights. But when I look
I'll ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so much?
I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I don't control. The clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so much pain? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. But He is so good to me. He's been good to me. More than this world I could ever be. He's been so good. But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord.